Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. I'm so glad you're here today. Now today we've got some Hero Arts product. We've got the suspenders die set. And this set is super fun. You can make like a formal shirt with a bow tie and kind of a formal neckline. You can make like a t-shirt neckline with this. And you can make a V-neck neckline with that. And then these pieces here are for the backer of the suspenders and then the decorative part of the suspenders, and these are the clips for the suspenders. And so this is a super fun set. We're going to be working with the more formal. I have done a really fun card in the past with the suspenders, more of the casual neckline, and I'm hoping to bring that to my channel. I aired it on another channel, and I'm hoping that I can bring it to my channel soon. So this is the Hero Arts Suspender Die Set. And we're going to pair that with the Hero Arts Totally Awesome Stampin' Cut. And this is a super fun stamp set in which I'm going to bring some white in so we can back it on here. If I can get a hold of it. We've got That's Radical, Chin Up, Gag Me With a Spoon, You're My Favorite, No Duh, Happy Birthday, Miss Your Face, You've Got This, You're Totally Awesome, You're One of a Kind, and You've Got Flair. We're going to use You've Got Flair because we're going to do the formal kind of bow tie suspender card today is what we're going to do. And then you have the coordinating dies that you can pick up that goes with it. So that is a fun new release from Spellbinders or from Hero Arts. And I have already spent a little bit of time with the stamp and die set. And I've got my You've Got Flair already die cut out there. I've actually got it in red as well. I actually like the black that I did not heat emboss. I've also got You're Totally Awesome. Got it. Some of them didn't. I had a little trouble. I didn't prime the stamp and I needed to prime it. And so some of them didn't stamp as well, but these turned out really nice. I'm going to use You've Got Flair. I've got all my pieces ready. I've got an A2 size card base here that we're going to use. And I always like to give my card bases a, just a good press. And I'm having trouble finding my bone folder. I put everything away and I cannot find it. There it is. I'm just going to bring it in. My scissors wanted to come with it. Give it a press. Let's get this stuff out of the way. And what I have planned for this is I think the shirt almost fills up the A2 size card base. I mean, it actually does. And I was thinking about maybe trimming it down and having a little bit of black around the edge. And so what I was thinking about doing is just taking my trimmer. I'll grab it. And I am going to take we're going to line this up. And we're on the 4 1/4 mark, which is where we would expect to be. And I'm going to just take it over to the, I'm just going to take like a 16th off of this side. And I'm going to take a 16th off of the next side so that I will just have 1/8 of an inch off. And that will give us enough room to have just a little tiny bit of black poking through there. And then on this should be 5 1/2. And I'm going to go ahead and take that full 1/8 of an inch off of here, off of the bottom instead of the top. And I'm going to do it like that. So there is that. Hopefully that's going to work out for me. I've got a black card base that I wanted to just layer it up on, an A2 size card base. And I've got my skin tone. And you can use any color. I have a lighter, kind of a medium skin tone, but certainly you can use any skin tone that you would be your preference for that. And so I'm just going to use this kind of medium skin tone on this. It's just craft cardstock. And I'm going to use it to get, kind of put in my neck area. Not sure, you know, how much of it will show. A little bit's going to show because of, you know, we're just going to have a little bit show there. So let's just get some glue on here and we'll get this laid down on there and we'll just go with it. And hopefully it looks like it might be, it's a little bit bigger than what my card base is because I did choose to cut it down. So we'll just get it lined up really well on one side. Doesn't have to be, you know, we just want the top to be pretty good. And then we'll just bring in our scissors and just trim that off. That's what we're gonna do. And then we can lay this on our black card panel, and then you won't see kind of that shadow of that craft cardstock that I have laying down on there. So I'm just gonna get some glue on here, and I'm not worried. It's that craft cardstock paper that I've got is not very thick, so I'm not too worried about it, you know, kind of creating a bump or anything like that. And we're gonna get that. And then I think we'll just build our suspenders and our tie and everything on here, and then we'll put it on our card base. Now I had some inexpensive cardstock that I had die cut it out, and then I was like, no, I don't want to use that. So I'm using Spellbinders Raven, but we are going to layer them up so that we will have some pretty good dimensions. So I've got 3 of them here, 2 of the Raven cardstock that is thicker, and then 1 that is the thinner one that we'll just put on the back of it. And we'll have a good solid bow tie to add on here. So we'll just get it lined up on there. And we've got a good solid bow tie. Very fun. So what I had in mind for this is that we just have black and white suspenders on here. And so I've got all my pieces die cut out here. We've got the little brackets that hold our suspenders in place. We'll use those. And I've got my little neckline. I have a couple of those that we'll layer up. Let's go ahead and get our neckline on there before we start on our suspenders. So I've just got 2 pieces of Hammermill white cardstock. And I think I'm going to layer this one on the bottom. It's got a little mark on it, I see. So I'm going to cover it up. I think I need a little bit right here. And we'll just come in and just layer it up. Just pick it up like that and then get it lined up. And then we've got our color. And then our color is going to lay right inside here. And you can see it gives it dimension, especially the fact that I have 2 of them there. It just adds a little bit of dimension to it and kind of gives you that, almost like that seam where your shirt is. So that's nice. And we're just going to bring it in here and just tuck it in. There we go. We've got our shirt. Let's try and get it laid down in there how I want it. And see how that seam just gives you very much the shirt look. Okay. I'm going to save the bow tie for the end because I think that's going to be fun. And then we're just going to get our pieces laid down on here. I think I'll zoom in a little bit as I do this. And we're going to get our stripes laid down on here. Now I have enough that I can lay a stripe down on each one. I'm definitely going to put it on the outside because I am laying this on top of white. So we will do every other, and then we'll come back in and decide if we want to have them all be filled in. So just kind of get them lined up. I did cut it down a little bit, so I am going to have to cut my suspender down a little bit because the suspenders are made to be the same size as the A2 size panel. So I will need to snip it a little bit. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do the black and white or just have all black on my suspenders. Let's just do this. We'll skip one and then we'll come back and look at it and see how we like it. I'm going to run the bead on here because I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing the lines on the white. And so I'll just run the bead of glue on here. And my hands are not cooperating with me today either. So we'll just take and get that laid down on here like that. And I think since we've got that white shirt, we are going to go ahead and lay them all down on there. We'll just use all 4 of them. When I did my other card, I used multiple colors for my strips, and I kind of left some of them uncovered and then added different colors so that we would have kind of a rainbow color of a suspender. But for this one, it's going to be more formal. So we'll just go ahead and get all these laid down on here. I want to line that up a little bit better. At the bottom, I need one end of them to be perfect, and then I can cut the other end off if it's not. Of course, if you get it right, they should both be perfect. So we'll get this. It looks like the sun is trying to pop out. I'm using my just regular daylight. I don't have my studio lights on. And it's at the time of day where it's not going to cause a glare on my desktop, but I can see the sun popping out outside, and that makes me happy. I've got my shades open, and it's lovely. Okay, so here's our little suspender that we would lay on here. Let's go ahead and get our other one going. It's going to take a minute here. I might just speed it up so we don't have redundancy in it. Okay, so the heat's kicked on and we've got our suspenders. I like the top of this better. I actually might just snip off both the edges. I'm going to snip off so I have it exactly like what I want. I've got a little bit of white showing here, and I think I've got room to, yeah, snip a little bit off the bottom too. So I'm just going to snip a little bit off, and then we'll get them where we want them. Very nice. Those are suspenders. We're going to do the same thing here. Cutting that little bit off the panel gives you a little bit of room, margin for error on there, and you can kind of clean up your ends a little bit better. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to have our suspenders here. Now this is a very formal card, one that could be for a wedding or something like that if you wanted to do it, but I think it's super fun. I could see taking this and adding some, I have a Spellbinders die that has a wedding ring with the big diamond on it, and I think you could put that on there, and I think that would be super fun with it. You could also add some champagne glasses or something like that to it, and that would be fun as well. But I think it's a fun set. We're gonna get that laid down on there, and then we've got our bow tie that we're gonna bring in and put it on there, and I think it's super pretty. I'm trying to get all those little glue hairs off of there. And I think for the bow tie, I'm gonna just go ahead and put a dab of glue on there because I've got it pretty thick, and I think we can get we've got some pretty good dimension with it already, just the way that I made it like that. I think that looks nice. You could actually put some foam squares underneath it too if you wanted to do that, and just kind of have it pop up a little bit. And then we've got our You've Got Flair set here. And I think we're going to, actually, I don't want to forget about, before we get that, let's go ahead and get our little suspender pieces put down on here. I think this adds a little bit of interest to it. So we'll just put our little gold on here. Try and get it lined up nice and neat. Trying to get them fairly even. I don't know that they're exact. And then for this, I'm going to add some foam to this side, and then we'll put some glue on the other. My little foam dimensionals went missing, so we'll just bring this in, and we'll just kind of cut down some and stick it where we need it. I'll just put some right there. Make sure we're gonna kind of do this side here. I think that ought to be enough. So we'll pull these off. Whoops, got it. And then we're gonna add some glue to this. And we're gonna let it hang over. And we've got a very, very fun card. Let me zoom out a little bit. I zoomed in there. So I think it's super clean, super fun, and you just have a lot of different options with it. It's a super fun set. I hope you liked it. If you did, consider hitting the like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.